the number one issue I had with the Apple Watch was EMF exposure. You know, if you've been following me for a while, you know that I'm not anti-tech, but I'm pro-awareness. And once I realized that you could not turn off Bluetooth on the Apple Watch, that was a red flag. So whenever I set my Apple Watch to airplane mode or turn off the cellular service and Wi-Fi, I still got notifications in real time. And I'm like, how is that possible? And I realized that Bluetooth is still on. There was no toggle to turn off Bluetooth. I don't know if by now, it's been a while, Apple has added that feature, but at the time, Bluetooth could not be turned off on the Apple Watch. And so that means, you know, my wrist, which sits close to a major artery and, you know, the nervous system is constantly exposed to radio frequency radiation. And I'm not saying it's going to fry your brain or anything, but when you're trying to minimize unnecessary EMF exposure like I do, wearing a constantly connected device 24/7 makes no sense. The second problem was battery life. Even though the Apple Watch Ultra had much better battery life than the Series X at the time, and that's still the case, the Apple Watch Ultra, because it's bigger, has a larger battery, lasts longer, but I was still recharging or thinking about recharging it more often than I wanted to. Every couple of days I needed to recharge the Apple Watch. And, you know, if I forgot to plug it in and I went on a trip or whatever that took longer, I had to pack my charger, and I felt like, you know, I constantly being tethered to the charger, almost like an invisible leash. And that's exactly the opposite of what I want from technology. So I finally said, okay, enough. I swapped out the Apple Watch Ultra for an analog watch. You know, simple, timeless, and beautifully disconnected.